This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Buffalo Bills and their rookie quarterback drafted 7th overall, Josh Allen, as they get set to take on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. With that, we head up to MetLife Stadium as we'll hand it over to the two men that'll call the action, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo Bills taking the field for the first time, and they have some problems at 2-4 right now. Their number one pick, Josh Allen, injured his elbow in the third quarter during their loss to Houston last week. His status up in the air a bit, and then Nathan Peterman, gosh, you feel so bad for him. He comes in, throws a crushing pick six late that sealed the loss.
Hard to believe for Nathan Peterman, because think about his 2 starts in the NFL. There's no other way to describe them but abject disasters. And then he has to come in for Josh Allen. And Buffalo has 2 big wins this year, right? They beat Tennessee, who was leading the AFC South at the time. They beat Minnesota, Super Bowl contender, earlier this year. Very competitive in this game with a hot Houston team. And Peterman throws that pick six. I just feel for the guy because he goes out there and tries so hard, and nothing seems to go right for him.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now let's take a look here at the Bills offense.
LaShawn Shady McCoy, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Why? Because of his ability to run the football. He's going to be a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out. But how about his ability to catch it out of the backfield and continue to create big plays?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 30.
Allen off the play fake. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Bills send the punter out. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. This is taken at the 23. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. We get a peek at the number 3 overall pick out of USC, the rookie QB, Sam Darnold.
And remember, the Jets traded up to number 3. They traded with Indianapolis to get in that spot, but they weren't assured of getting Sam Darnold. And then the draft board fell exactly the way they wanted. They got the guy they wanted in Sam Darnold. And the Jets, who haven't made the playoffs since 2010, when they were led by another USC quarterback named Mark Sanchez, hoping for the same effect from this young rookie out of USC.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell, across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
Brandon, if I told you I wanted to talk about a running back that averaged 4.4 yards a carry, scored 5 touchdowns on 772 total yards, you'd want to do that, right? Exactly, because that's what we're going to do. Bilal Powell, he had a big year in 2017, knows how to run in traffic, knows how to get to the perimeter, and can shake people in the secondary and take it the distance. Big year for Bilal Powell in 2017.
All right, here we go.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Now let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain,
Still
but
third
all
down.
for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Now let's go. Blue, land it.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, here we go. Blue, land it. Blue, land it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Allen off the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Darnold on 1st down. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now let's go.
A 1st down throw. Darnold dumps off to Powell. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. To the air again, Darnold. Complete outright to Kurz. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Last year, the Jets averaged exactly 4 yards per rush, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Again, Darnold finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move, as that gives him a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now let's go! Green 39!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Throwing again is Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Darnold to throw again. This is caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half. And as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He sets to fire deep. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. "47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action here on first down. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the Jets pressure 2 notches. Down he goes. Leonard Williams coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this is caught by Curse. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Now Darnold. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. He's got him in. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 30-yard play on third.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set. 3-19.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Noodle's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down. Back to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 53. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And here come the Bills. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again to McCoy. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go.
This give is to McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Back to throw. Completes it to Powell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Darnold now to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now Darnold. He's got Curse. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now he'll take it here with 20 seconds to go on the clock. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent, and how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.